the screen.
What's up, Nosies? We want to take the time to welcome you to the PB&J show.
The PB&J show.
Yeah.
No, it's Tuesday Tales.
Tuesday Tales. All right. To the PB&J page and Tuesday Tales. Okay. So we're going live here from our brand new page, and we hope that y'all get the notification so y'all come on through. Y'all always show us love on Tuesdays. So it's been a long, crazy day, but we're here because we told y'all we would be here.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Right.
Like that?
So, how was your day?
My day was not too bad. It was okay. You want me to turn that fan around for you?
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
That'd be dope.
My day was not bad.
Well, no, I
Your
guess.
dogs are naughty.
They always naughty. So we got a good show for y'all today. Got some good tales for y'all today. But we got a little
Is that good?
Turn up a little bit. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah, so we got a good show for y'all today, but we want to start with something special. So here's what we're doing. If my camera would, I think it's having a hard time picking up both of us at the same time. I think that's what it be. Like, nah, nigga, you too dark, or she too light, so it's not working. So yeah, so we starting off today, and make sure you say what's up when you come in, so we can say what's up to you, and we know you here. We want to make sure we shout you out for coming to hang with us on Tuesday. Make sure you can share the page. Today is, I believe, a show that's everybody can see. So
yeah,
finally, we made it here.
Finally, we made it here. Finally, we made it here. Out.
Right. There will be more putting people out, but not today. So make sure you share, come in and say what's up. All right. So what we're doing today is we're gonna start by, if you remember last episode, well, not last episode, we actually did a box review for a fruit box that my wife ordered, and she didn't feel like we did it justice.
We did not.
So we want to take some time out to kind of really dive in so that we can, one, say thank you for being such an awesome service, and then two, we want to give it its just due, and also we want to do something special. So we're going to be giving away two of the platinum boxes. So we're going to be tasting a bunch of different things, and then we're going to give away 2 platinum boxes. So stick with us until the end of the show, and we will tell you how you win these 2 platinum boxes. So you got to stay. You got to sit tight. You got to hold on and hang with us to the end of the show, and we'll tell you how you win that. All right? So what do we want to do here?
We're going to try to move most expeditiously.
Sure.
Well,
no, we don't. I mean, we don't have to.
So this is the platinum box that we have here, and it has a variety of fruit in it. And this one has chicken, but it can be chicken or shrimp. And then it has meats, cheeses, crackers. I'm gonna make sure that I add. Can you add pictures?
No, you can't add pictures.
You can't.
No.
Well, that just defeats my whole purpose while you were sitting here watching me.
I thought you was posting it to the page.
I can.
Yeah, post it to the page.
Post it all to the page.
Yeah, so go ahead.
We have this. What is this? You remember? Do you remember what it is? Rambutan.
Okay, there you go. That's what that is. This look like the stuff that gets stuck. This look like the stuff that gets stuck in your shoestrings when you was a kid playing outside.
But it's a piece of fruit.
What's up? What's up?
Do you know where it's from?
The Philippines, I think she said, or somewhere over there.
Here, you're gonna have to find. You said so that
you
got
that's what she said. You gotta find the scene. So yeah, see that right there?
Oh, okay.
So you find that,
and then you're
supposed to be able to
bust it open.
Yeah, bust it open for a
really?
real nigga.
Horrible.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Love
I
you,
swear.
Quail. I told him to make sure that he let us know before he leaves for school.
Yeah.
So we can make sure we see
All
him
right.
off. And this is what comes out of there.
Oh no.
This right here. Comes
So
out
yeah,
of
you
there.
can do that.
Hey, Candace.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, cousin. He pushing buttons.
Yeah, I need you to go over here and tell her we live right now.
So this, you bust it open, and this comes out.
This what it look like when it's bust open.
It's a rambutan, and it actually has a seed.
So I'm gonna open up another one while you do that.
Okay, it has a seed inside of there. It's a seed inside of here, but I was supposed to bring something to.
I'm just gonna bite around it.
It's actually really good.
This has got to be the ugliest fruit
I bet it's not.
I've ever seen.
Oh, the ugliest one you've seen?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
This one.
Look, you even get
so
these.
clear.
You even get little
napkins.
little fruity napkins.
Okay, so all right.
We also have these. 2 of these come with the boxes that we're giving away. This one is a strawberry shortcake, so it has strawberries and donut hole and marshmallow.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so you taste that, and then we can jump into the show, and I'll make sure that I do what you just asked me to do while we get started. All right, all right, all right.
See
what you think?
what it tastes like.
It's good though. It's not nasty.
No, it's not. But it just
It just start off looking like this.
Here's what it tastes like. It tastes like you took a grape and peeled the skin off of it, and then ate the insides of a grape.
Absolutely.
That's what
That's
this
the
tastes
texture and the taste. Oh. So it's good. See, there's a seed. A little seed in there. Little bee seed. All right. So
I'm gonna give you a better view of the seed.
there you go.
I'm better with my mouth. Okay, see, that's a little seed.
So we'll be giving away 2 of these platinum boxes.
2 of those.
And she customizes them. There's choices you'll have to make. Oh, it also comes with fruit too. Not fruit. Veggies and dips.
Yeah.
And
So
stuff.
got veggies, got dips, got this dope salad. That right there.
This dip right here.
That dip goes good with fruit and body parts. So we'll just add that in there.
Oh, hey, Veronica. Thank you.
This salad is the bomb.
It is.
This salad's so dope.
I'm in talks to negotiate you an actual
big thing
bowl.
it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I need that in my
The
life.
container's going to get bigger.
I need that in my life. Man, shouts out to the 12 of y'all that came over here to hang out with us. So she going to be taking care of the comments and watching the
yeah, so
comments.
if y'all see what I'm doing, because
for some reason
it lags on his phone and it won't
Go
automatically
scroll
low like it's supposed to.
Y'all will be talking to us and I won't even know. So yeah. So all right, so we're gonna get these boxes. We're gonna give 2 boxes away. But you gotta hang out with us to the end so I can tell you how to win these boxes. We're gonna gift y'all. And we'll be doing a lot. We're gonna be doing a lot of giveaways and stuff like that. Any more business you want to take care of before we dive on in?
No, we'll be giving away 2 of these boxes.
Yeah. Oh,
you know how you
listen.
Select who
I do know, and that's
okay.
gonna be important to what I'm finna say right now. So I hope y'all like our new graphics and stuff we got. We got some major stuff coming in the works. I want y'all to go over to the YouTube page and like and subscribe there so we can start growing good. And then on that note, we are halfway to the 50 subscribers that we need to do our first challenge. So once we get to 50 subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna go to a shop and I'm gonna let them wax my underarm. So we're gonna tape it, we're gonna put it out there, but that's once we get to 50 subscribers on YouTube. So
where are we at on YouTube?
We have 25 subscribers.
Oh.
Which we got like 110 here on our new page. So all we need to do is everybody here just go over there and subscribe. It take a few minutes.
And it's
scroll
easy. It's
through,
right there on
hit
our
a
page,
button.
right?
Yep, hit a button and subscribe. And then what's even better is after the 50, once we get to 150, we're gonna take her to the same place. Possibly
to get a Brazilian wax.
And she gonna get a Brazilian wax, and y'all will get to be there live and in person and up close on the front lines to see how that go.
Not really up close.
You should have just let me go with that, because then they'd be like, yeah, we get to see it, and then they wouldn't have got to see it, but it had already been too late. See how that works? It's called suspense. You gotta have it. I got you, don't worry. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. I know I do, but
you got to stop.
I can't. It bugs me. I'm weird like that. So all right. So we're gonna get right into it. So today, episode 5. We 5 episodes in. Well, technically 6, but last one we shot.
You got suckered into part 2.
Last one we shot was part 2 of episode 4, which seemed to be a huge favorite of everybody. So, we are on episode 5. And so today we decided to talk about our first marriages and kind of how those came about and how they were in the middle and how they kind of destructed at the end, and then how that bled into...
You can, that's going to come up and then you can pin it.
Okay. How that bled into us being together and, kind of our origins. So I'm going to let her go first because she was actually in her relationship, well, in her marriage, but I don't know if they was in a relationship before I was, but...
I don't know, but I think, I got married.
I know you got married before.
I got married when y'all was having Jordan.
Right.
So
like maybe 6 months before.
Okay.
So you want me to pin that?
Yeah, pin that.
Boom.
All right.
There it is. All right.
So I actually met my first husband when I was in high school, out here in the world being fast at a gas station that I wish they would burn down. That still stands.
We go past that gas station all the time, and she says this every time we drive by.
Yet.
Every
it's
time.
Out here ruining people's lives, and I don't even know why we were at, you know what? Because we had pagers, and we had pagers, and there used to be
for the kids in the back, pagers are these little boxes. Go ahead.
We had pagers, and we had gotten out of the car. I was with my friend, and we had gotten out of the car to make a phone call because somebody had paged one of us, and this guy drove past that we knew, and I'm out here being fast, and I did something I had no business doing, and then
you're
they
not
turned
gonna
around.
tell people what you did.
I don't remember.
I remember. You want me to tell them what you did?
This ain't your story.
Okay.
This ain't your story.
All right.
This ain't your story.
Okay.
So they drove past and made a U-turn, came back, and that's when I met my first husband. Right. We dated for that had to be 96, between 96 and 97. It could have even been early summer of 97. I don't remember. But we dated for a while. We got there was weird things like in the beginning that I don't think that I recognized. But anyway, we because I'm reflecting as I'm talking, like, there were probably some signs that if your daughter was dating somebody, you'd be like, that's strange.
Nah, son.
That's strange. But anyway, we I got pregnant. I got pregnant with my daughter after, I graduated high school in 98, and I turned 18 in August, and I moved out of my mother's house, and me and my boyfriend moved into an apartment together in October of 98. I got pregnant with my daughter soon thereafter. Told my mama in December in a Christmas card.
That's why your mama was so mad about.
She mad about everything.
She
mad about everything.
That's why.
Who's still mad about something that happened in '98? Like who? Who?
Now I get it.
No one is still mad. So we lived in our own apartment.
Hey Gwen.
Hey G. Moved into our own apartment, and it was just me and him until, like, for a chunk of time, his dad came to stay, which was probably the worst thing we could have ever done. And it's like a bad dream. Oh, so I got pregnant with my daughter in, like, December of 90. Is it 90? It had to be. No, 99. 99. I was out and unpregnant for over a year. So December 99, I got pregnant with my daughter. And he told his people, told his mom and his grandmother. His father at that time wasn't very involved in his life at all. Very sporadic. And his mother and his grandmother took me shopping on Saturday. They went shopping every Saturday. And this Saturday, I was invited to go. And like, we went to church together. I went to church with them, I should say, and things like that. So it wasn't strange for them to invite me to go shopping, I didn't think, until we got out in these streets and they started like talking to me. And I realized that I had been ambushed. And later on, I found out from him that he had asked them to take me out and talk to me because he didn't think that I would marry him if he asked, but he wanted them to lay the groundwork for that. And so with me, I was just newly joining the church. And hey, Key Booker, hey, Sherelle, they took me out. I knew joining the church, going to church on Sundays with them, that was my first like continuous church experience. Before that, I had been here, been there, like never like Sunday after Sunday after Sunday type of deal. And so they took me out to go shopping with them, and we got in this car and they told me that if I did not marry him, that my child would be a bastard. Who wants their child to be a bastard? Not me. So I married him. But looking back now, it's like, he a bastard. His daddy ain't here. Y'all ain't acting like his life over. So did you tell his mama? Did they tell you that he was gonna be a bastard and you still let his daddy go? Like I got questions now. But then it was like, oh my gosh, she can't be a bastard. This is my baby. So February we was married. I wasn't even showing good. My eyebrows are horrible. If we ever pull that picture.
She didn't get good eyebrows till she met me.
That's not true. I had good eyebrows in 2003.
Well, that was
because Diamond Mama used to do them.
That was the year of our
and
Lord.
Season is at the center of every bad luck bear story.
Oh man, that's gonna be a running topic. We're gonna get some shirts.
We're gonna eventually have to get together and interview Season.
Right.
So on the way to this wedding, though, that Saturday. Speaking of Season was there. She was my maid of honor. My parents paid for the cake, maybe. But besides that, they took care of everything. It was at the church. They took care of the minister of music. They took care of the pastor. They took care of the dress, I want to say. They took care of everything else. My parents absolutely thought this was a horrible idea. But because I was so strong-willed and bullheaded, neither one of them would tell me. Turn that down for me. Neither one of them would tell me that I was making the biggest mistake of my life. You horrible. Listen, you could have said hi to the people. You the baby I'm talking about.
I don't know them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know them.
All right. She don't know y'all. But we, where am I at? We got married. Mm-hmm. And on the way to the wedding, me and Season stopped on 20th and Burleigh. It's that gas station right there. It's that house on the corner that's been on the corner forever. I think it's boarded up now. Right there on 20th and Burleigh. She pulled the car over and she was like, hey, if you don't want to do this, we ain't got to do this. I'll drop you off and I'll go down to that church and get your parents. didn't take it because all these people had spent this money. So we go down and we have this wedding. And did Randy do my wedding? I believe I petitioned for Randy to do my wedding. I want to say that Randy did my wedding. He got ordained. Well, yeah, she do know you her cousin. But Randy got ordained so that he could do our wedding, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. They rushed the process to get him through because I wanted that was my pastor even then.
Right.
So he did the wedding. We got married. I had my baby in August of that year. Her birthday is the 20th. My birthday is the 26th. I had her 6 days before I turned 20. Then, let me see. Stuff was pretty okay, at least to my knowledge. 9 months in, my baby Nosey was 9 months, and he was an only child. He didn't want her to be an only child, so we decided to have another baby. And I got pregnant immediately with Joe. And so they're literally 18 months apart. When I took Jordan to his first checkup, after we got him home from the hospital, his first checkup, I had a C-section, so I still had my staples in. They were still doing staples back then. And I took him for his first appointment, and on the way home, I stopped at the gas station. It's right there on 20th and, is that Center? That's Center, right?
Yeah.
On 20th and Center. And ran in, was getting some gas, and these two chicks approached me. I guess one of them had been messing with my husband. At that time, he was my husband. Had been messing with him, and they was just talking crazy. So, I had to lock my baby in the car just in case I had to get loose on somebody out here in this parking lot. But luckily, they just wanted to talk crazy. I'm not here for the talking crazy. I'm here for the hands. So, made it out of that. Got home, asked him about it. He's up and down. He don't know what I'm talking about. There were some other little things that happened, but he had just been cheating. And then my daughter had got we stayed down on 19th and Wright, and the house was really old, and she had got lead poisoning. And because for whatever reason, Nosey put everything in her mouth. Jordan grew up in the same house, wasn't the type of kid to put stuff in his mouth, so he never got it. She did. Hey, Joe. Oh, that. Y'all, cousin Candace said say hi.
Hi, cousin Candace. Hi, cousin Candace.
So, I got this really. How long y'all gonna be here? What y'all doing?
We came up here for water.
Oh, okay.
They made a plan down in the basement. Listen, this is what we finna do.
No, I better him to come with me to get some water.
Because you needed to be supervised?
No, I didn't want to come up here by myself.
Because the people on the camera?
Yeah.
He gonna protect you from them?
So.
Jesus Christ.
I got this really bad. Yeah, take him. See if he'll come. I got this really bad. I got pink eye. Really bad. Really bad. I know, and I don't even want to tell this story.
No,
I got pink eye really bad, and I had it in both eyes, and I wear glasses, but I usually wear contacts, and so I had to take my contacts out because it was just had pink eye. It was super bad, and went to the doctor thinking I'm gonna go here. They're gonna give me some ointment for my eyes, some drops, and send me home, and I'll be good. So we get to the doctor, and my eyes they horrible. Get to the doctor, and the lady goes out and she comes back in. Oh, I can't wait to tell them they stepmama is on here, Gwen. I forgot about you when I was talking about Candace. So the doctor came in and she said, so it's not pink eye. Can I put this thing in your eye? And she put this thing in my eye. It was some type of strip or something. Put it in my eye. And came back and she was like, so yeah, it's not pink eye. And then she looking at him. And she it's gonorrhea in both your eyes. What? How you get gonorrhea? I know how you get gonorrhea.
Hey, no! Both of y'all, get out of here.
I thought they took the little one.
Stupid.
So,
here you go.
He trying to convince me every which way that all of a sudden it's not an STD. Gonorrhea is not an STD. Or even if it is, that ain't how this STD got here. I know where my eyes been. They've been on my face.
Please tell him what he told you it was from.
I told you that.
Yes, you told me that. Get away from that door. Yes, you told me that.
Did I?
Yes, you did. How else would I know? He didn't tell me.
About the maybe he did. Telling you everything else. From the what is it called?
A sex toy, a vibrator.
Yeah. Maybe it was some sex toy that we had bought that gave me gonorrhea in my eyes. So now, like, at that point, it's undeniable. I can't deny the fact that he is cheating. When my daughter got lead poisoning, I took my kids out the house for a week. That whole week, he was supposed to be getting the house in order so that the lead could get removed and they could come back. He partying at the house. He got girls over the house. He just living his best life over here at this house. That's my house. So by the time it was wild. It was wild for a while because like I lived down in his neighborhood. These chicks knew him, didn't know me, and I didn't know who the heck he was sleeping with. Cause it's not like he was a prize.
I hate her.
Did I get what?
Issa. I skate.
No. But I was wild in my 20s. Adventurous. I would try some things. Somehow it got in my eye. It was valid. It could have just been this. I don't know. But
where did the toy get it from though? Him.
Oh, just, yeah. But at that point, I could no longer, like, turn a blind eye or act like it wasn't happening or whatever. And, like, he would do stuff like he would buy me gifts or, like, I don't know. He would, it was weird. Right. Absolutely. Kristen in the crib with skanks. So we go up to 2003. 2003, the baby was 2. Was he 2? No, he was 1. But he was advanced. So, like, my baby could talk. And his sister could tell everything. So, I took a break. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm stressed out. I called Season. Like, I'm stressed out over here. Can't wait to get the shirts made. All this is going on. And she was like, oh, we should just go out. You right. I ain't been out in forever because I've been over here being a wife and a mother. So I took a break in 2003 for a few months and I partied. And I had boyfriends and I went on dates. And then I met somebody. He was a dope. Had a nice job. Would go and put money in my bank account because my bank was like right around the corner from his.
Is we going there?
My bank was right around the corner from his apartment. And like he was super dope. And
hold on.
But we had just been dating and we would hang out and we'd go do stuff. And then it came to the time for us to be intimate and like I was excited. There was I want to say maybe Roy Jones Jr. was fighting back then. I want to say it was a Roy Jones Jr. fight that was scheduled. It was a Saturday. And he was like, I know you love him. I'm going to get the fight at the crib. And my cousin and them, they going to come over and we're going to hang out. So before this fight, though, we hanging out all day. My kids if I'm out all day, my kids probably was with my mama. So we hanging out all day. We go back to the house a little early before the fight because we going to try to get it in right quick. It's great. And he gave me the worst sex of all my life. Like the worst.
I'm sorry for laughing.
Sex I ever had in my life. I have this dude that was like super dope, and that was it for me with him. So
one day when we go over these
it's happening,
type of stories,
right? It's happening, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how to get out of here. And so like it's finally over, and now that it's finally over, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lay here until I think he's asleep. Then I'm gonna sneak out of here. And so like I'm putting a strategy together. There was a bathroom that was inside his room. Only that bathroom didn't lead to anywhere else. It was like a bathroom closet.
Can I pause you for a second?
What?
So listen, I want to talk to y'all.
This ain't your story.
I know it's not. That's why I said I'm just gonna
up.
pause you. One day we're gonna make her tell this story the right way, because right now it don't really have anything to do with the overall topic, but this story here is a staple, and I need it to be done justice. So y'all hold us accountable, help me hold her accountable into telling this story, because it is freaking hilarious. All right, go ahead.
So he finally starts snoring, and I'm like, yes. All right, so I like start looking around to see where all my clothes are, where everything is. And by now, I want to say we had cell phones. So I get up, and I gather my clothing on the way to the bathroom, and get all my stuff, go in the bathroom, and I come out, I'm fully dressed, and he wide awake. And he like, where you going? I'm like, oh, something happened with my kids. I gotta go, and I gotta go now. I gotta go right now. I'm gonna call you. I'm so sorry I have to leave early, but I gotta go. And so I leave, and like that was it for us. So that's when I learned that money wouldn't be enough. If I got a dude that had all the money and the sex was horrible, I was probably not gonna be able to do it. And I went home to husband number one and was like, that was probably the Lord telling me. That was probably my punishment for being out here, because you're not supposed to return evil for evil. You're not supposed to treat people bad because they treat you bad. I was supposed to be the strong one. So went home, and like he met me at the door, and like I was like so sad, and like he gave me a hug, and then we was good for a while. But like it was a lot of other issues. It wasn't just cheating, it was like jobs. So I worked for this place called Data Store. It was a C.H. Coakley company, and we made computer discs for businesses. So say your hospital wants to turn everything that's paper into these discs so that they don't have to keep the paper anymore. And that's what I did. I made the disc. So I got an offer to move to Madison. Well, right outside of Madison, because they had a facility there that they was getting ready to open. And I was, this is the first time. So got an offer to move there. And not only would they move me there, I want to say at that time he was driving school bus. So they were willing to employ him, so we could work staggered shifts. One would work first shift, one would work second shift. Whatever shift I was on, I would be the supervisor for that shift, and then he could work the opposite shift, and he'd have a different supervisor, and they was going to employ both of us and pay for my move. So
I think that fell through with my fault.
You was praying against me?
I absolutely was. I liked her so much that when I heard that they was moving to Madison, I really was salty about that. And all of my negative energy probably was the reason why it didn't happen.
That's horrible.
I don't know what to tell you. But think about what could have happened if you moved to Madison. See, it's enough to make you choke. Go ahead.
So we getting ready to move, and literally like 2 weeks out, he finally gets an offer. He had put in an application for a corrections officer. It finally came through because they was opening the the Milwaukee Detention Center. Is that what that is downtown?
Mm-hmm.
They was opening that, and they wanted him to come and work there. Oh Jesus! So they wanted him to come work there. So we talked, and he didn't really want to move, so we stayed here. So I gave up my job because they had already hired somebody to cover me here. And with what he was making there, it wasn't really a big deal. I just stayed at home with my kids, which was my preference anyway. Only he was working third shift for the detention center. So everything was cool when he went through training and everything. He was gone during the weeks, home on the weekends. Probably the best time of my life. And because when my kids were young, like little, like I just adored them. So being at home with them was no big deal. And as we got further into it, and he got home, and he was actually working downtown at the detention center. He was working third shift, and all of a sudden the money was looking weird. He was going to work every day, but he didn't have any money. That was because he was going to work every day, but he was not going to work. He was leaving the house, and he was going to wherever because he had lost that job, because he had decided he no longer wanted to work there. So there was an incident where I guess somebody on one of the units had crabs. So when he came home, he had to undress in the hallway so that we could make sure that it didn't get in the house. But I don't know when after that he stopped working there. Just all of a sudden the money wasn't added up, and when I finally figured it out, and I'm like, what's going on, why ain't the money? And he was just like, well, I got something to tell you. Do you now? He had quit. So I'm like, all right. And I called my supervisor, the one who was setting me up to move out to Madison, and told her that I needed to come back to work. So she just put me on her list, and as soon as they had another opening, they ended up having a third shift opening that came up later on that they called me for. But that wasn't until way later on.
Yeah, because that was around the time we started.
Yeah. So I let me see, he did that. And then, okay, so like now, some of the like the stuff that happens next, I kind of understand a little better now. In the time when I was going through it, I didn't really understand it because I was young and just hadn't had enough experience. So his mom had passed away shortly after I had my son. And it seems like after that, like the cheating escalated. And we were still in the space where like he had to fit into this box. He was a minister and he was at the church, and so he had to show up on Sundays and on Wednesdays, and it was like certain things that he was required to do. But he was also kind of like teetering on the fence. He was doing a bunch of other stuff. And so from 2003 to about 2007, I was able to hang in there because I did not want my kids to grow up. I didn't want them to be a product of divorce. I had been a product of divorce. I didn't want that for them, so I hung in there. And it just got to the point where it wasn't worth it. It would be better for me to leave and for them to have one place that was stable and that was happy and that they could have peace in than for them to stay in this house with us and we about to kill each other. The day that I decided that I was leaving, like he was having an argument. At this time, I can't even remember what the argument was about, but I just know that he called me a B word, and my response was, "Your mama's a B word."
That is her response.
And then, my response was, "Your mama's a B word," just quick off the top. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. And he snatched me up, and when he snatched me up, he picked me up by my neck, and we were in the dining room, and over his shoulder, I could see my son And that was it for me. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I couldn't go no further. I owed it to them for us to separate. And I called that supervisor again, and she was like, I was just finna call you. I got this third shift thing that we finna get ready to do. We finna do a third shift pool. So I want to put you on that team, and you'll be coming in here every night, but then you'll be driving to wherever it was, like 45 minutes away. We was driving every night, 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. So I started working, went to work third shift so that I could get my money stacked and get us out of there. And that's pretty much all that I got.
Okay.
Let me think.
All right.
Let me think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's about it.
We'll
because
tie
then
it all together.
okay, cool. You go.
So, all right. So, my story kind of ebbs and flows the same type of way. I met my ex-wife on a fluke. So, my best friend for years, since we was in middle school together, we went to different high schools. So he went to Riverside and I went to Madison. So he's doing his thing over there, and I'm doing my thing where I'm at. But we still my man. We hanging out just about every single day. So I remember going to his house, and he had a picture on his dresser. It was one of those senior pictures. And so this little light-skinned thing, I guess now I would qualify it as probably really light brown skin. But anything lighter than me, she'll tell you I deem light skin. But she looked really, really light skinned on this picture. Okay, star fruit, amen. So I see the picture. She got like, I was a sucker for French rolls and waterfalls. Listen, if you came around me with a French roll and some waterfalls, I'm going. Simple as that. And y'all know back in 97, 98, around in there, that was the hairstyle. That and then short in the front and party in the back. So girls who had that black mullet. But you remember, like, a chick with that deal.
That's on pepper cut.
Oh my God, listen. That's why I'm a hair dude. She be getting mad because I won't let her cut her hair, but I'm a hair dude.
You won't let.
So,
any day now.
And well, go ahead. I told you what's gonna happen. We already got it in. So anyway, I hate this thing so much now. So I see the picture and I'm like, hey man, who is this? He like, oh, that's my big sister. We go to high school. She like my big sister. I believe we were, yeah, we were juniors, sophomores or juniors, and she was a senior or whatever. So I'm like, hey, put the word in for your boy. Cause I see the picture. So I'm all in. She got the waterfalls, the French roll. It's looking nice. I'm like, cool, put the word in. He like, cool. So he go to school, do his thing. So a few weeks go by, he give me her number. So I'm calling her, and like I'm talking to her, and she real weird when I talk to her. Like she would be talking to me while she doing her hair, like really not engaging. So I'm like, whatever. So we go up to their school one day after school or something. And so he's like, you can go and meet her. This nigga here. I'm gonna have to call you back, bro. My bad, y'all. So we go up to Riverside so I can meet her. So we go in the school, and he takes me to the auditorium. He like, I'm finna introduce you. So he call her over. She comes walking up the middle aisle. Right? And she looks nothing like the picture to me. So I'm taken back. It wasn't like it was. She don't look like the picture. So I'm like, all right, cool. we talk a little bit, and she go back and do whatever she was doing, and we leave the auditorium. Now there was this girl when we walked out of the auditorium, and this is why they say a decision can change the course of your entire life, because we walked out of the auditorium, and this chick named Camille went to their school. Light skin, real, like probably same complexion as her. Nice. She had the business in the front, party in the back going. She came out of this little room. She was a little thinner than I liked, but she was cute. So she calls my boy over and inquires about me, and I end up getting her number, right? So now I got both their numbers. So I'm calling this chick, my ex-wife, and like she just she playing me to the left. Now during this time, I had some bread. I was dressed. I was a nice dressed fella. Hey, mommy. I had every pair of J's when they came out. We was making a little money, and I'm like, so in actuality, I was kind of how she was. Like, you don't get to dump me. You don't get to like not want to be with me. I'm the one who do that. So like I'm chasing her based on the fact that she is really playing me to the left. So we end up talking for a little bit. And I remember this, how we ended up like disconnecting the first time was, so I'm thinking we dating or whatnot. And one day I'm in the car with my homie and my homie mom, right? So we drive and we running some errands with his mom, and he get a call. And he like, what? What's going on? All right, well, what you want me to do? Like, talking to her or whatever, right? So I guess he got a call from one of her friends, and her friend told him that she had got into it with her parent, with her daddy or whatnot. And he was like, do we need to, hey, get away from there, shut up. He like, we need to come over there. She like, nah. She with her boy. This nigga's a nutball, man. I'm gonna go get him. She like, nah. She with her boyfriend, right? So I'm in the car, and his mama turns around and looks at me and says, I thought you was her boyfriend. I said, I did too. So after that happened, we kind of dispersed, and then we ended up, once she graduated from Riverside and went on to college, some stuff had happened while she was at school. And if y'all know anything about me, if you connected to me, I'm very protective of you. So she had some stuff going on in college, and we ended up going up there and trying to help her take care of this. And so we ended up reconnecting. So we dated while she was in college. I was still in senior high school. I used to go up there and see, this is the crazy thing about being in that weird age where you think you grown but you don't know nothing. To me, it was going to a college campus and staying on the college campus with these adults doing adult things. They only a year older than me, but they living on their own. They don't have to answer to nobody. I'm going to the dorm. We eating in the lunchroom and hanging around campus. I'm feeling like a college kid. It was dope to me. So it kind of sucked me in a little more. So we dated a little while, and then she ended up leaving school and moving to this women's facility where it was an apartment building, but it was only for women. You could only live there if you was a woman, and even if you came to visit and you was a man, they had a certain section where men could come and visit, and then they had visiting hours, and you couldn't go up to the people's rooms. So of course I had to work my way around that because we young and
hey, Miss Daly.
I literally went so far. Well, I used to go in in the public bathroom, open up the window in this bathroom, make sure it was open, and then when visiting hours was over at like whatever 7 or 8 or whatever, I would leave, sign out and leave, and then go around the side of the building, open up the window, climb in the window, change into like a something that looked like a woman would wear, and then sneak on the elevator, and then ride all the way up to the 8th floor where she stayed, and then sneak to her room. Like, we did this a bunch. I'm surprised we never got caught. And one of my friends' mama was the desk clerk at this place. So we did that. So we was in there for a minute. So literally, like, but our relationship was always tumultuous. It always was. And it was never a good relationship. Like, it was very dysfunctional. And it got so bad to where I can remember one day, like literally walking away from her all the way from down the Grand Avenue downtown all the way to my dad's house on 22nd and Center, arguing and fussing and fighting and just carrying on. So, like, it was really crazy, but this is like my first steady, real relationship. I was really, what you would classify a gigolo up until this point. So we going through it. So the relationship is going really bad. And so at one point it got so bad that I'm like, I gotta get away from this girl. She don't mean me no good. Everybody telling me she don't mean me no good. Her family was telling me the same thing. And so she at my house one day, we arguing, and I'm like, I'm finna walk you to the bus stop because you gotta go. So I'm walking her to the bus stop, and when we get to the bus stop, I tell her, like, listen, it's the last time I want to see you. We done. It's over. She hauled off and like slapped me light skin. Like she laid into it, and like all I could do was smile because I knew this was the last time. So I hope you enjoyed that because I'm done. So I literally just turned around and walked away, walked back to the crib. So I'm literally in my room. I had a drawer full of phone numbers because me and my boy, like I talked about earlier, we just put every number we ever got. This is back when you would write numbers on paper. We just throw them in the top drawer, and we would just randomly dig in the drawer, pull out a number, and call it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting back in the drawer, and my doorbell started ringing. Bing, 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 bing. I mean, she laying in the doorbell. And my mama come in and say, hey, you go get that little off my door, or I'm going to go get her off. So I'm like, oh. So I go downstairs, I open the door. I'm like, man, what did you want? I already told you we done. She like, listen, all I want to do is use your bathroom. Once I use your bathroom, I'll leave. You'll never see me again. I'm like, fine. So I let her upstairs. She go to the bathroom, and literally like 3 minutes later, she called me to the door, and showed me this pregnancy test, and she pregnant. Here's the dumb thing about this. We have been trying to get pregnant. Actively trying. And faithfully every month, that little red spot will come, and we be devastated because we young and stupid. But the moment I almost get my freedom papers, I felt like 12 years a slave. That's what it felt like. Like you almost free, and then somebody comes snatch you up. So she got a baby. So instantly, I didn't really.
Y'all got a baby.
Well, yeah. What did I say?
She don't have a baby.
So she pregnant is what I mean.
We got a baby.
So instantly, I didn't grow up with a father. I didn't have a father in my life. Only thing I knew about and how I learned about manhood and doing the things that a man's supposed to do is by watching television. So I'm watching Carl Winslow on Family Matters and Danny Tanner on Full House, and all of these shows with these strong fathers who stayed in their kids' life. So instantly, all of the drama that I was going through went out of the window because I had a kid to think about now. And of course, when you young and you still a kid yourself, you thinking about all of the fun stuff you're gonna do with your kid. You're gonna dress them up in little cute outfits and go to Capitol Court and take those pictures with your shorty and all of this stuff. So I'm thinking about it, but literally it was just a terrible thing, and it didn't dawn on me that I could have this child and love this child and take care of this child
and be a father
and be a father to this child without being with her and without putting myself into a situation where it was detrimental to me.
Oh, Pooh.
What's she saying?
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but he a good dad too. Okay, I'm leaving.
Oh,
we love you, Yasmin.
That's my little lady. I love her so much. She got a job.
A job. That's a working one.
Congratulations to my daughter. She got a job. So now she pregnant with my oldest, and we going through the pregnancy. And if you know, women, they get even worse while they pregnant. Absolutely. They do things like make breakfast and don't make you none.
Sound like personal problem.
I better do. So, but it was terrible. It was terrible. So we have my daughter, and I literally dropped out of school and went to night school to get my diploma while I was working in the daytime. Got us an apartment, and literally the first day we moved into the apartment, literally got into a physical fight. And I'm not one, and let me clear this up. I have never, ever a day in my life laid a hand on a woman. Not never. But I will use your force against you. So if you running at me, I will dip low and let you fly over the top and then just stand straight up. Whatever happens after I stand straight up, I don't have any control over. You should have controlled your own momentum. That's what I will say. But we literally, it was just crazy we getting into it. And so, but like a dummy, because I think the right thing to do is to marry so that, again, your child has both parents in the household, because that's how it's supposed to go. Right?
You good.
Oh, that's how it's supposed to go.
Wait. I'm eating another one of those fruit boxes from the other day, Bianca. We also will be giving 2 away.
2 of them.
Okay, continue.
So,
and it's amazing. I'm enjoying myself, if you can't tell.
This is what is supposed to happen. So we are 2 young parents in this apartment, trying to raise this little girl. My daughter's born in February. We get married 6 months after my daughter is born. And so I can remember the day we got married. Like, literally, I did not want to marry her. I didn't. Like, I remember thinking I can't call the wedding off because...
why couldn't you call yours off?
Because I had already told everybody about the wedding. Her parents had spent a lot of money on the wedding. Literally, when I went to go ask for her hand, her father told me not to do it. And I didn't listen. I didn't listen. So, I was trying to think of how to get it, but I had told everybody I was getting married, and my cousin was getting married around the same time. And so, like, again, being young and dumb, I couldn't. It don't. But to me, I'm like, she getting married. I said I'm getting married, so
she can't beat you.
She can't beat me, and no. So it's not. It can't happen.
Okay, baby.
So I went through with it, and everything just went wrong. I remember, I was. My uncle was my best man in my wedding. And I was too young to do anything good for my bachelor party. So he ended up taking me out to eat and, you know, hanging out or whatnot. And then one of my groomsmen dropped out. So my other homie had to step in, and the tux was like just that much too small. The tux was that much too small. So he was snug in his tux. But I remember waking up the morning of the wedding. Right? Mm-hmm. And I promise you, if you go back in the history books and you look up August 26th,
it's my birthday.
2000, is that 2000 or 2001? It would be 2000. I want to say 2000.
So when I was having Lissa.
Yeah.
I had Lissa and you got married.
So if you look,
Jordan,
if
we
you
got
look,
married.
Yep. If you look up the weather for that day, that morning was trashed. It was literally like monsoon pouring rain. It was pitch black dark in the middle of the day, and it was just like every sign that I felt like I should have seen, that I should have just like called it off.
Bianca, he's still petty like that.
What's she saying?
Can't beat you or get married.
Nah, you can't do that. I'm still like that. So so literally every sign that I needed to think like I shouldn't be doing this, I didn't look. I literally got up and I had the baby on the day of the wedding. I got my daughter in one of those front carriers. I'm running around last minute, doing last minute stuff.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You know, picking up tuxedos and doing all kind of stuff the morning of. But so we got married, and so we married, and it's just it's bad. It's bad. Fast forward to my son being born. So my second son, my first son, I should say, my second child.
There you go.
He born, right? I'm working 2 jobs. We in a different house. I'm working a second shift job and a third shift job. I'm trying to get it in. I'm paying. She working at this this nursing home in the kitchen. I believe, I don't remember what. Oh, okay. She telling me I gotta speed it up. All right, so it's working in this kitchen. I'm gonna try to make this story long, but short but sweet. Get to the point. So she working at this place, and things just started, being real crazy, and I felt weird about our relationship and where things were. So I remember one day, she had this friend that worked with her. She was always talking about, I'm going with, let's just call her Liz. I'm going with Liz. Hey, no.
No, don't do it.
She like, I'm going with Liz. We gonna go here. She would come home with like little, necklace or something, and like, oh, Liz bought me this while we was at the store, and I'm just like, y'all real close. And so, I remember one day and we wasn't sleeping together at the time. She wasn't coming off of it. So I had bought her this lingerie, and, trying to be sweet and set the mood or whatnot. Nothing. So I remember one day, she is writing some stuff, and I can't see what she's writing, but I just felt like something wasn't right. So she writes something, and then she tears it up and throws it in the garbage, and she getting ready for work. She leave work with a bag, right? She leave for work with a bag. And maybe 10 minutes later, she come back in with the bag, but she stuffs it in the cushion of the couch. She didn't think I saw this, but I see stuff it in the cushion of the couch, go to work. So I wait till she gone. I go to the couch cushion and pull this bag out. It's the lingerie that I had just bought her. So she was taking this to work. So I'm like, why would you need to take this bag with lingerie in it if something ain't right? If everything is right. So then I started playing super sleuth. So
maybe she was working somewhere different.
Oh, well, Okay. You ain't bringing no bread home to show me different, so I'm going to go with my first mom.
Okay.
So, I go... What is that?
I don't know. It's outside. They work on from next door. Trying to get the lock changed.
Huh? Oh, wow. So, hey, no!
Come on.
So I literally, my dog's Hey, Jacob, come here. Come on, let's go. Go downstairs.
Yeah, both of them. They
Go.
They changed the locks in the store.
Go. Look, he be so mad at him when you gotta come get him.
Go with Joe.
Come on.
So I get my super sleuth on, and so the pad that she was writing on, I get a pencil and I lightly, you make the little light marks and you can kind of see what somebody wrote, so I can kind of see what was
so
wrong.
Nosy.
I am. That's
All
why
the
all the
business.
noses. I am. So I see a little bit, but I'm like, oh, I forgot she tore it up and threw it in the garbage. So I literally get the pieces out of the garbage and piece it together. She done wrote this nigga a whole love letter. So I'm like, oh, we loving on niggas like this? Got you. So I'm literally, I'm upset. I'm mad. I called my homie like, hey bro, you'll never guess what's happening. I'm out of here. I'm finna get back in these streets. I'm literally, I'm heated.
Absolutely, Inspector Gadget.
So,
Inspector Gadget.
her mama calls me, and at this point we had just started going to the church where I met her at. We just started going there, and her mama said, because we left her mama and daddy church to go to this church, and her mama calls me and says that if you have any faith in this pastor that you under now, before you make any life-altering decisions, you should call him. So that's what I did. I called him up, told him what was happening. He calls my uncle and his wife, and they come over and they talk to us, because literally when I confronted her with what I had found, she like, okay, so you know now what? See how I didn't even see what I'm talking about? See, you see it?
You had all kinds of stuff to say during my story.
I ain't laugh at your stories. See what I'm talking about? It's terrible. So she literally like, so you know now what? I said, well, I'm out of here. So, but my uncle and his wife came over, talked to us, kind of counseled us, and we end up staying together, which was so stupid. I found out that she would have this nigga in my crib when I was at work. He was sitting in my daddy chair. You know, every father got that one chair that's just for him. I picked the chair up and threw it over the top porch. It was just crazy, crazy situation. So, we end up staying together, but things didn't get any better. They just continued to progressively get worse. Mm-hmm. Literally every time, it never failed. It seemed like every time I got ready to leave, she'd be pregnant again. Every single time. And I love my babies. It's the greatest thing that happened out of that marriage. I love my kids to death. I wouldn't trade them for the world. But literally every time I got ready to leave, she would be pregnant again. So we had 4 kids all together, and like it was just like literally she would like be just doing the most, like arguing. We on the way to church, she get mad and put me out the car. I'm on Fond du Lac. She drive off. Somebody from the church see me and pick me up, or we fight in front of people, and it was a crazy, crazy situation. And so literally towards the end, I got a job. I always had good jobs. One thing about me is every job that I've ever had has had a pay increase over the span of my life, starting when I was washing cars at 14 years old, and ever since then I've always had a job, and it's always the next job pay more than the last one. So I had got a job at Foot Locker, and I started as a regular employee working with one of my frat brothers. Shout out to Dante. What are you doing here?
I don't want the marshmallow.
Okay. Shout out to Dante for hiring me. But I did so good that I got promoted to manager. And I can remember her being so mad when I got promoted to manager because her exact words was, I went to school, I got the degrees, how do you keep getting the jobs like you get while I can't get the job? And I'm like, we supposed to be winning together. My success is your success. She didn't like it. She literally did everything to try to sabotage me to the point where we only had one car and she needed it for doing stuff with the kids and making sure that everything was running while I was at work. She would literally get up and not take me to work. I would have to find a way to work to get out there. So that the reason my fraternity name is Chaos is because of her. It's because of her. So we literally, so I'm working there. I'm working and I'm having to find my way to work. And so she like, why don't you ask your friend Paula to get you? And I'm like, well, I should. She was working at the data store, working third shift. And at this point, we was just friends at the time. So I'm calling her like, hey, I got to be at work at X time. I know you get off at this time. Do you think you could, on your way in, pick me up and take me to work?
Even though I was working third shift, but I was getting off and I was coming right home, getting my kids up, and feeding them breakfast, getting them ready for school, dropping them off, and then I started picking you up after that and taking you and dropping you off from around here.
Right. So she was taking me to work, and that's when we got extremely close because we were taking. I was living. We were living on the north side, like around, I want to say 27th and Center and all that little area right in there. She was taking me from down there all the way out to my Foot Locker that was on
Brown Deer,
Northridge area. So every morning she's taking me out there, and so that's how we kind of got close. But I think I can't remember. So after, and I guess we'll cover our origin and how we started up in another episode. But what I will say is, I think the final straw for me was I'm literally in this relationship. I'm miserable. I'm living a miserable existence. And I'm talking to my friend and I'm just telling her like, this is all that I'm going through. And so she asked me, why was I still there? And so I gave her the same spiel I gave everybody. Like, this is, I want my kids to have two parents in the household. I didn't have a father there. I know the effects of that. And so what she told me was, she said, what makes more sense? To have your children grow up in a house where there's constant turmoil, there's constant bickering, fighting, and arguing, and allowing them to grow up in that type of environment, and they feel like that's what life is supposed to be, or y'all in two separate households and they can live in two households where there's peace and calm and some sensibility of trying to find normalcy. And that really stuck with me. So literally, the morning of my 7th year anniversary with my ex-wife, the morning I woke up and I looked up at the ceiling in the bedroom. And I asked myself, I said, what are you still doing here? And when I couldn't come up with an answer, to save my life, I tried to think of whatever I could think of to stay in that house and to stay in that marriage and to stay in that current state. But what she said disarmed me of every reason that I had. So I literally got up. And this is the funny thing. Like, her birthday is the same day as my ex-wedding anniversary. So I got up and I told her, I said, listen, I need a break. We just been arguing and fighting all this time. I can't deal with it. I'm going to go stay with my mom for a while, get my head together, and I'll be back. I literally got up and put some clothes in a bag. I left everything that I had owned. All of my personal possessions, all of my high school letters and all of my trophies, everything from high school, everything I own, everything that was dear to me, I left it. I put some clothes in the bag and I literally walked out of the house, and I knew that when I walked out of that house, that was my last time doing it. I literally left there and I called her and I told her what was up. She was like, you can come stay here for a while. And so that's what I did. I would go to her house, sleep there, and get up every morning, go back, and I was still paying rent and bills and everything at the house there, even though I wasn't staying there. And I would get up every morning and go pick my kids up from the house to make sure that they made it to school when they were supposed to make it to school. And so I think after a while I got my own apartment, kind of try to get myself situated, and I think that's about it for my first marriage. So I think the next thing we should talk about is how our origin started and all of the stuff we went through when we first started up. What you think?
Okay, so next time we'll cover when we first.
Yeah. So we'll cover next time how initially I was shooting my shot, how she blocked it at first, which made me so mad because she was out here and gonna block my shot.
You don't poop where you eat.
Well, I guess. So, whatever. But I was resilient and I didn't give up.
Now we gonna make this
Never give up. Never give up.
Is that what you gonna make
right,
it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was resilient. I didn't give up. I hate this thing.
All right. It says that there's 10 people that are on here.
All right. So listen. Here we go. I need you to comment right now.
Wait, there's a question.
Okay.
How long did it take for y'all to get divorced?
Ooh.
For me?
Good question.
Good question. So we're going to stick a pin in what he was finna do.
Mm-hmm.
So I had left. I had moved out of the house in August of 2007. I moved out of the family home. I packed my clothes, my kids' clothes, and we left. I left the house intact, though, because they would be going back there to their dad. So I left their rooms intact. I didn't take any furniture. I literally just took our clothes. So once I took our clothes, my dad helped me furnish my house, and that was it. I went on a marriage retreat with my ex-husband with the church.
I remember that.
And that had to be in February, maybe, of 2008. Things that happened on this marriage retreat, it let him know for sure that I was done. Mind you, when I went to the house, the pastor's wife called the house the night before we left for the retreat, because I went there. And the pastor's wife called the house the night before we left for the retreat, and I answered the phone, and she called me the name of the woman who ended up being his next wife. So, like, I answered the phone, I'm like, hello, and she like,
yikes.
Lisa.
Yikes.
So we went on the retreat. He asked me not to tell Lisa that we was going on the retreat. We went on the retreat. He thought we was going to sleep together. I came in that room and he was naked, and I asked him, please go put your clothes back on, because that's not going to happen. And then on the way home from the retreat, when the retreat was all over, we discussed filing papers. We got those papers filed, and by April 7th, my divorce was final.
My divorce was a travesty. It took a long time to get filed, and I think, actually, I believe she ended up filing first. She filed. But she went and got one of them specialty women lawyers who tried to drag me for filth. And literally took me through a bunch. It was not a simple court proceeding.
They did drag you. By this time, we were dating.
Yeah, we was dating. So she was already
dating heavy. She had tried to get them to put in an order that I couldn't be around the kids. Mind you, she would drop the kids off at my house if he was still at work.
Yeah. I had left Foot Locker, and I was working for Aflac Insurance, but I was still training. So it was a non-paid training, which was like, when I look back at it now, it was stupid. But it was non-paid training. I was learning to sell insurance, and
the lawyer made him pay his earning potential.
Listen, fellas, if any of y'all here,
his child support was paid off.
They made a child support order based upon my earning potential. So I'm working at Foot Locker. I'm making decent money, and that was the job that I was making. So based upon those numbers, even though I wasn't working at that job anymore, they made me pay child support based on earning. That judge looked right at me and said, we're going to order you to pay child support based upon your earning potential for 4 kids with no income. And what makes that so weird, I think it's trying to focus on both of us differently. What makes that so weird is later I had to go and get a child support order from her when I had the kids full time. And what they did, same judge, looked at her and was like, what do you think you can pay? What can you manage to pay a week? So that just lets you know the system is rigged against men who want to be fathers to their children. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So the divorce. So they drugged me through, and the only thing that ended up making the divorce work was a situation happened that gave me leverage to be able to get joint custody and joint placement for the kids, and to also have the arrearage of this mysterious earning potential, have the arrearage wiped away, because I had information that would have made it go way worse had I used that information. But I wanted it to be over so bad so that I can move on with my life. I'm like, here's my trump card. I can either play it or you can give me what I'm asking for. And so she ended up doing. Her lawyer was so pissed having to sign those papers. So it took me a lot longer to get the divorce than it took her, but eventually it got done.
We'll discuss the child support issue another time, Bianca, because it's uber crazy, so, and like I've discussed it on other platforms with other people, but it's super crazy because I know what it's like when I go to court with my ex-husband, and I know what it's like when he go to court. I'll be like, you need to tell them I'm your lawyer because you obviously not saying something. What are you not saying?
They try every time I go to court. They try. And I have to, and I go in there by myself. I don't get no lawyer. I go in there by myself, and they try it every time.
You ever go again? I swear.
No, I make too much money not to have a lawyer now. So
2 of them.
Come holler at your boy.
Now.
So all right. So that's that.
11,
so that's that. All right. 11 people here. This is what I need you to do. If you are subscribed on YouTube right now, I need you to type subscribed in the comments. Real quick, type subscribe so I know you subscribe. And if you're not subscribed,
go subscribe
right now.
We're going to sit here for 5 more minutes.
The link is pinned. All you got to do is go click the link, go over there. You can leave right now, but come right back. Hit subscribe, and then come let me know you subscribe, because that's what we're going to do. we're gonna give away 2 of these wonderful
boxes
fruit
that
boxes.
I've been sitting up here smacking on the whole time we've been here.
You really did.
I really made sure that I left half of everything. So like there were 4 of these chocolate dipped watermelon, and there's 2 now. I gave you 1 of the starfish, and there's only 3. The other 2 are still here.
All right, let's see what we got here. All right, okay. I see, Gwen. That's why I love you. You know. So, all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna give to 2 people.
We got 2 boxes.
All right. So do you want to choose offline, online, while we're offline, off the online?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do it right here live?
1, 2.
What y'all think?
You got 4 right here.
All right, so let me see. We're gonna give y'all. Okay, got subscribe. All right.
A few more minutes. You got something you can talk about for like 2 minutes? 2 minutes. That's it.
2 minutes. Yeah. So this one time I had her.
I need something to write with. I know.
So, let me see.
One time at band camp.
It's one time at band camp. Oh, I can tell y'all how I first got interested in her. Sort of.
That's a quick story.
So literally, I'm over her house, and I go to use the bathroom, right? And on the back of the door, there's this huge bra hanging on the back of the door. It's huge. And it was in that moment that I knew she was the one for me. Just that simple. All right, what you finna do? You finna draw some names?
I'm finna write 2 numbers, and only the people who have subscribed
All right.
can give us a number. The number cannot be over.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do name a number between and between. All right.
So far we only got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4
people.
Okay, for the first box, going once.
All right.
Going twice.
Come on. It's 9 of y'all. Y'all should be getting in on this.
All right, so there's 4. We're going to do between 1 and what?
Let's do, what's it? 1 and 20.
1 and 20?
Between
okay.
1 and 20. All right. So, we have Sherelle Lawrence is subscribed. Gabrielle Ross. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that.
Gwenny been subscribed.
My homie lover friend Gwen. And Miss Daly. All right, so pick a number between 1 and 20. The 2 people that are the closest.
Without going over.
Nobody. If somebody said 25 and I said.
No, so if you got 2. The number's 2 and you got 3. You close, but you not.
Yeah, but you
over.
Closer than a person who would say 7. No.
Okay, well, clarify your rules. I picked a number already.
The closest to the number, the 2 people that are closest to the number, whether it's over or under, the closest 2 people to the number will win these boxes. So we have
closest 2 people.
The closest, we're giving away 2 boxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So closest 2 people. All right. So we got the numbers here. All right. We got. Let's see what that number is.
So 17. I should have wrote it backwards.
Yeah, it's F-150 is what that looked like. 17. So, all right. So we got
17. That looked bad.
No, that looked like If You Only Knew. Try it. She trying.
Ooh, child, it's light skin.
There you go.
There you go. 17.
So 17. So
closest to 17.
Bianca had 15
Bianca
and Gwen had 16. Right? All right. So we got some winners. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm finna do something.
Because these boxes already paid for, bro.
Those 2 boxes
are paid
I'm
for.
finna pay for 2 more.
You finna pay for 2 more?
I'm gonna pay for 2 more. So
since you got 4.
Yep, since I got 4. So Gwen and Gabby, y'all gonna get y'all boxes from me, and so all of y'all gonna get boxes. So we're gonna make sure y'all have it. I appreciate y'all going and doing your things.
Okay, you need to.
So
now to get your boxes, make sure I'm gonna send you guys a link to whose page you need to go and like.
What comes with that fruit?
Fruit? Okay,
yeah,
so you get fruit, you get chicken or shrimp, you get cheese and crackers, you get this this dip that I've been eating on all night. You get
so
2
kebabs. I was gonna say shish kebab.
You get 2 kebabs, but what she does is she will reach out to you and she'll go through each step so that you can create your own box. And you get this this salad that JP was raving about on Saturday. And yeah, she and right now I guess she's giving away the CBD sparkling waters with each box. Yeah. So you'll get that too.
You can really taste the CBD in that thing.
All right, so you got the 4.
Yep, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dump those out. I'm gonna dream about mine tonight. Sherelle, I want you to have better stuff to dream about than these
boxes. Lit. Whatever for what he's saying.
Let me go to bed and that this fruit box enters my dream. So yeah, so we're gonna get those out. What we gonna do this weekend?
We're gonna deliver them this weekend, but she'll be reaching out to you before then
to find out
to customize your boxes for you.
Look at this. I'll show y'all
this pineapple.
Yeah, this pineapple. Look at that. That's fire. Let me see. Little dragon. This dragon fruit. It's slimy.
And the fruit varies. You tell her what allergies you have. She'll make sure that's not in there, but it's all about what fruit she has in stock. So the fruit in this box is a lot different from the fruit we got in the first box.
Time, yeah.
But it's still all really, really good.
Yeah. Let's see, show y'all
that strawberry.
Strawberry one time. That's huge.
Like, look, this is my hand.
That's huge. That's huge. So yeah. So we're gonna hook y'all up. We appreciate y'all being nosy tonight, man. I stay tuned because I have one. So real quick before we head out, my wife has been very critical of me on my follow through game. So I have millions and millions of great ideas, but I don't always follow through with those ideas. So this was one of the ideas that I had been really trying to be focused on following through. And so I got the graphics done for our page. Make sure y'all go and like them, our little cartoon things. And I got some graphics for our YouTube videos. So they'll look really professional and well done. Because if y'all take the time to go over there and check it out, I want to give y'all quality product. So we appreciate y'all coming to hang out with us. Are we gonna do a part 2 to this, or are we gonna wait till next week?
If you want to do a part 2 sometime Friday or
Saturday. So be on the lookout this weekend. The last time I wanted to do a part 2, I gave y'all a possibility. This time I'm gonna give y'all the same possibility. And what I'm gonna say is that if we don't decide to do it, I will let y'all know that we're not gonna do it. But I think
Saturday.
that we will. Probably Saturday.
Okay.
Probably Saturday we're going to go live again. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Spending a couple of hours with us. We gave away some boxes. We got a lot more giveaway. Remember, 50 subscribers and I'm getting my underarms waxed. 150 subscribers and we're going to get her vajayjay waxed. So that means y'all got to like and share this stuff so people can see what we're doing. And they can go and like and subscribe and all that stuff, and we can just keep moving forward. So we appreciate y'all. We love the Nosies, and we out. You want to say anything?